And he tilts his head and is like, "You're one of them."
At his realization, when he says you're one of them, I'm going to try to whack him upside the back of the head with my smaller axe, trying to knock him out.
Give me a d20.
In case it wasn't heard, I went, what?
Yeah, and
Okay.
ow. Knees, face. Manny, the one with the shotgun, turns, befuddled. Happy Saturday, friends. We're not talking more random factoids and knowledge and stuff while the intro video plays at all. Definitely not talking about what different venoms and things and exposures and whatnot. Not for any particular reason. And suddenly people and ads. Well, thank you for letting me know you're not subscribed to me, Leanne. I appreciate that. All right.
Wow.
Oh no! Can't even hear you say
shame
it.
if somebody fixed that.
That's fine. Anyways, hello and happy Saturday afternoon. Here we are in the middle of day, but don't worry, daylight can't keep you safe. Because here we are, once again, upon the mountains of Appalachia. I am DM Daddy. I am DM Daddy RPG. Here to bring you the happy tabletop fun time shenanigans. And fun time, I mean horror and dread and crisis and everything. Standard precursor. We are in no ways affiliated with actual Gods of Appalachia. Anything that we do here is not canon or lore yet. Maybe. We'll see. One day.
Just beat me to it.
And this one. There we go. Oh, gifted sub to Leanne. Thank you, Jen.
Ads are the devil.
Ads are the devil.
I'm doing another thing or two about the devil.
All right. We are joined today by Miss Mary Davis. Played by Artie Dude 2, Miss Hazel Booth, portrayed by JenOfThieves, Mr. Emmett McCoy, portrayed by Ashley the Mage, Rage, Witch, Brick, Magic Ashley the Brick, Evelyn Caldwell, portrayed by Miss Cricket, and Leslie Clark, portrayed by Flutter Guy. Clark. Oh hey, look at that. Leanne can see us now that there's no ads. Way to let me know you're not subscribed to me, Leanne. Appreciate that. All the emotes.
Using all the...
All of them. For those of you unaware, Lunatil is also the person who made our awesome Dante Away emote way back in the day when this channel first started.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see here. if I do hit it to be Brad's money, you can spend Brad's money. That's fine. Brad gifted subs last week. He's clearly fine with using your money, his money, on my channel. For sure. Guys, it's been a week. It was a fun adventure into the town that was once known as Barlo last week. Let's hear some stuff that happened. We'll start with Miss Cricket, Evelyn Caldwell. Tell us some stuff that happened last game.
I read a bunch of my book while not running into a random hole in the ground. I kept Reginald safe as well.
Heck yeah, you did. A brick has been thrown already. Okay.
Oh goodness, that was quick.
Brick.
Someone's about to fall into that creek.
But I don't see a brick. I don't see a brick emote to go with it. But that's fine. Patron brick done. We'll get to that when game starts. Perfect. Mr. Clock.
Let's see. We went to the town of Barlo, or what used to be the town of Barlo, and it was cool because I got to see a red wolf and a bunch of copperheads and a mysterious gentleman who knew my past even when he shouldn't have. Knew the name of my father. I didn't even know that.
How? So weird.
Wicked weird.
Wicked weird.
Like, incredibly weird. I can't even believe it.
Mr. McCoy.
Oh, after having our encounter with the Red Wolf, Miss Hazel over there got a bit of a headache and started talking to herself some more. Started scampering off towards
Nothing.
something, towards something only she could see. We found a basement in the middle of the woods. And to my better judgment, I followed the Yank, Miss Hazel Booth, and Miss Mary Davis down into it after someone started screaming in tongues.
Crazy. Speaking of screaming in tongues, Hazel, tell us some more stuff that happened.
I don't know who that would have been. There's a pillar in the basement of it. What used to be a church. A couple of us touched it. Maybe we shouldn't have. And then suddenly, skeletons.
Speaking skeletons.
With no xylophones.
There's usually xylophones to warn you.
And Miss Mary Davis.
At the end of last session, we were outside of the hole after the pillar collapsed and decided to try and find somewhere to lay low and pitch camp, perhaps, just to get our bearings, simmer down a bit. And on our travels to find a decent resting place, we came upon a house with a pie in the windowsill and a lady inside, and that's where we left off.
And a lady greeted y'all from yon window and gave you a big happy hello. And that is where we left off. And family, that's where we're gonna begin. Boom, boom, back to the nice happy woods. Back to nice happy music, because everything's happy out here in this holler.
Nothing bad ever
Happy
happens
during
in
the
the
day.
woods.
Our favorite part of this game, this song.
This song just means safety right now.
You know you're safe with the happy twang of the guitar.
And I still can't hear it. It sucks.
Hello. Well, hey there, y'all. Y'all out here a long way.
Hello, ma'am. How are you on this fine day?
Well, I'm just right mighty fine. Thank you very much. What can I do for you, you fine young folk?
We were out exploring these woods and taking in the sights, and we just happened to smell your lovely pie from your window, and we came hither.
Well, it is a good pie. It draws them in, that's for sure. Just give me 1 sec. And moves away from the window, going further into her cabin.
So, Before we go in there, am I just not talking this whole time?
Correct.
I can try to do a Appalachia accent if you
No.
want.
No.
No.
Blend in a bit.
You just keep that smile, and you'll be all right.
Whatever you say.
The door opens to the front of this cabin, and two women, the older lady who is greeting you from the window, as well as a young brunette, dressed in actually relatively kind of nicer clothes. Like, not just simple, like, houseware chorin clothes, but, you know, like, dressed up kind of nice, like, for whatever reason. And the old lady, like, kind of, like, walks down and is like, sorry, I don't mean to be hollering across my yard at y'all. And I was like, please, you have my permission to cross over into my yard.
Thank you kindly. And I'll start walking.
It's dangerous for us ladies to be out here in the wild. And looks up at Emma and is like, you best be keeping these young ladies safe.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir.
I'm trying my best.
Right. Well, what may I do for y'all? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting my manners. My name's Granny Tyler, Miss Tyler. Most people just call me Granny.
Very lovely to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
I'm Miss Davis.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Miss Davis.
You can call me Mary, though.
Miss Mary Davis.
McCoy, ma'am.
Well, it's I mean, I know it's not much, but at least it's like flat and everything. If y'all needed to like make camp, you can stay out here under the tree or something. If you prefer not to be out there in the woods, I don't recommend being out there in the woods, y'all. Not after the sun goes down.
It don't matter.
Well, what happens when the
It
sun goes
matters.
down?
All kinds of manner of weird stuff. Ever since that mine exploded, things have just been plumb weird. That's fine. Well, I mean, it's as fine as it can be. Casts a small glance back over her shoulder towards the other young brunette woman. Well, I started supper back and throw more things on, and I'm just like, I mean, I was planning on just the four of us, but more company's always welcome out here in our great little holler. So, yeah. If you need anything, just come knock on the door. I'll go back to my cookings. So happy to have company. And she starts wandering back to her cabin. You've now been invited to dinner.
We have been.
Hazel's still like outside of like that. She didn't cross the tiny little bridge.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
I can't talk to you in the house. I'm gonna go get Hazel.
Are we gonna spend the night out here on that property? We have been invited to.
Seems our best option right now.
I shouldn't. They seem awful nice. I don't want to. I'm not. Y'all should stay here.
I'm not just gonna leave you out in the outskirts. She said it is, and I'm sure you all know, probably shouldn't be in the woods alone by yourself at night.
It's never a good idea to be in the woods at night.
I'm alone in the woods at night a lot. It's fun.
I mean, did you smell the pie that was up there? Like, it's gonna be freaking phenomenal.
I can find food. It's fine. Y'all go
Miss
ahead.
Hazel, when was the last time you had a decent dinner? Those fine folk invited us all to dinner. It'd be rude to turn down their hospitality.
Well, they only invited us because we showed up.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
just
that's
being
kind of
nice.
how inviting works. You got to see the person before you do it.
I'm gonna reach a hand out very gently as an offering to, like, take it and join us.
They're gonna find me. I don't want to bring y'all trouble.
Go find
You're
you.
silly now.
It's fine.
Wouldn't it be better to face any kind of trouble as a group? That, more hands and all that?
Yeah, McCoy gets it.
No. No.
Well, if you didn't want to join us, then you wouldn't have come with us to Barlo.
I had
Oh,
other
no.
reasons. Y'all can make nice. I'll set up a camp for you.
Oh,
We'll be
what's
ready when we come back
wrong,
out.
Hazel? Don't you want to spend time with your friends? Another voice. One of the rarer voices here. That pie does smell mighty fine, though.
It's like her stomach kind of growls out loud all of a sudden.
Well, see, Miss Hazel, your stomach's over there making an awful rumbling. Come on now. Back to guiding Hazel across the bridge.
She kind of acts like she's not sure she can cross it for a second, like heels kind of digging in.
Hazel, you would know that if this old lady and most mamas and papas out here in the mountains know some of the older ways, you would know that if there is something that would prevent you, it probably would be this crick. But as you're being guided to cross the water, you're not feeling a resistance or a push. You're not feeling any wards set up to keep you away. Which is a good thing for you, but also means maybe this place isn't as safe as it could be.
Like as you're kind of guiding, her heels dig in until like she's skidded halfway across, and then she just kind of gives it and walks.
See, then it wasn't too hard now, was it? Thought I was gonna have to pick you up and carry you.
Don't feet on the ground. Just feet on the ground is.
That's how you walk, so.
I'll
The
just say
brunette
it.
lady's just like standing, watching, listening, and she looks a bit perplexed, but she's not saying anything.
Go on. I'll set up camp.
I can set up camp with you.
Go make friends.
I was told not to talk. I can try to do my my best Appalachia accent.
No.
You're just standing there trying to make
Honey,
friends and just smile.
I'm Leslie Clark. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
No, stop.
And I'm good.
No, that hurt my soul as a person.
Give me like
Not just a character. That hurt my soul.
give me like
Colin.
half an hour. I'll be able to bust it out like that.
You can just be whoever you are, Leslie. Nobody's gonna. This lady
not
seems
what I-
friendly.
That's not what I was told this entire trip.
Crack of the sound of an axe cutting through wood comes from across the clearing. There's two younger gentlemen, look like they're like just doing general labor and work. You didn't notice them before, but seems like they come out and they're doing some late night or late afternoon chores.
I'm gonna nudge Emmett and be like, "Hey, let's endear ourselves to these people. Maybe go help them with the chores."
No, I'm sure they definitely would appreciate a helping hand with the setting sun like it is.
Exactly.
And I'll just start, and I'll follow Leslie over towards the people chopping woods.
Let's go earn this pie.
You come
I'm
walking
gonna.
up. Sorry, go ahead.
While they're gone, I'm gonna start setting up camp.
Same.
And Miss Mary, what are you doing?
I'm going to. Nothing super laborious, but I'm also going to help out.
Doing what you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so that is two groups. We'll go with. We'll start with the boys. As you approach the two gentlemen, turn to look at you as you come up and is like, you hear one, look, more mouths to feed. Well, hey there, stranger. How are we doing tonight, y'all? Says the smaller of the two men.
I'm doing all right. How y'all doing tonight?
I mean, it's not nighttime yet, but we're doing great. We're just getting things ready and logs for the fire. About to pull the bridge, so you guys got here in time.
Anything we can do to help out?
No, it would not be right for welcome guests by Granny to sit here and do work. It's also not right that you got lady folk pitching your camp for you over there. Gestures. The three women bustling about. Well, we're just saying, you know. But I mean, clearly based off of y'all's accents, maybe you guys just don't do things our ways. It's fine.
Looking at McCoy like,
This is Leslie Clark. Emmett McCoy. Pleasure to meet you. But it wouldn't feel right after we were invited. It wouldn't feel right to just not help out. So if there's anything y'all need help with, just let us know.
We don't need help with nothing, but maybe Granny might have some tasks for you or something. We're just gonna keep back to doing our work, but we appreciate your kind offer, sir. And they go back to work.
And I'll take Leslie and just start walking back over towards the house.
take Leslie. I imagine you're like princess carrying me.
No, it is 100% hand on back. Just, all right, come on, Clark.
We're roommates.
Emmett, Leslie, as you start making your way back, crossing over the one big tree, something happens, and something falls out from the tree, landing down at your feet. Both of you, I need speed defense tasks.
Ah, crap.
As we have gotten up to 3 bricks.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Emmett, you're good. A beehive has fallen. As you guys are making your way back towards what would be camp. Emmett, you've been around these situations so much that you're just like, nope, and just nope the hell away as the swarm descends upon Leslie Clark.
I got stung once today already. It ain't happening again.
Leslie, you're gonna lose 4 speed.
Oh. I have a feeling by the end of this day, I'm gonna have to end up carrying Leslie.
I'm down to 1.
Now don't forget, you can do a recovery roll whenever. But Leslie, the bees are swarming. They are angry. They are kamikazing upon your flesh and your body.
Ah, son of a fuck! Ah, Jesus! Fuck! Ah, fuckity! Fuck! And I just jump into the creek, trying to get away from him.
Dive into the creek. Heck yeah. Meanwhile, back with the ladies. Leslie starts screaming and hollering. The jig is up. Leslie has let their accent ring through this little holler. Disguising that he's not one of... He's an outsider. To all who are, at least the 2 gentlemen outside and the brunette lady, taking stock of this. The little lady giggles a little, like hand over mouth, polite Southern, but you can clearly hear a little bit of giggling as Leslie scrambles and jumps fully clothed into the water. Oh. And brick number 3.
Gonna have to take those clothes off now unless he catches a cold.
It shouldn't get too cold out tonight.
Hazel,
Do y'all know how to light a fire?
Hazel, roll me a d20. Hi, Irvin. and Piers. Hazel, the sound of padding, fast, frantic, rushing at you, Mary and Evelyn, coming from around the tree, back, and like right as you turn and you look, frickin' just a gunshot, just a blur of motion, a burr of brown and gray and white lunges into your chest, knocking the wind out of you, knocking you onto your back on the ground. As two tiny paws press down on your chest and just a smattering of licking happening all over your face.
My.
Hi there, Miss Scritches.
But also lose 3 might.
Knocked the wind clean out of me. Good thing you're real cute.
And the prettiest, and some kind of mutt, some kind of mix. It's like beagle, maybe a bit of retriever in there. You're not quite sure, but just the cutest, happiest, oldest, goodest boy, just nestling up on you, just licking and happy and snugging.
Oh, who do you belong to? You. Slowly tries to sit up.
Yep. So he lets you up, and like slides down into your lap as you sit up, paws moving from your chest to your shoulders, so he can keep just licking at your face. Oh, there you are, Baxter, says the lady, the brunette lady standing on the porch. No, oh, he likes you.
It's a really friendly dog you got.
I hate this, says one of the voices in your head.
He's a good Baxter.
He finally stops licking your face. His head slowly turns to look at the other 2 ladies. Intention clear in his eyes. New friends. And he scampers off Hazel to go acquaint himself with Mary and Evelyn.
Double-handed scritches. All the double-handed scritches.
Right leg just starts thumping.
Hazel will stand up, brush the dirt off her butt.
And now you may give me another. Actually, no. There's no difficulty. You live in the woods. You survive. You know how to make fire. No roll needed for that. You get a fire going, camp stoves, some tents pitched. Nice, happy little camp.
How long does it seem like we have before the sun goes down?
Oh, it started. Sun's turning that lovely shades of orange, magenta, purple. The 2 men that were off to the side chopping trees move back to the path that you guys came. Each of them grabbing a side of the little man-made bridge and lift and pull it across. Because again, as I described, it was kind of just like a little arch stepway, more than like actual bridge.
What? Why are y'all doing that?
Oh, well, I mean, if you're going to be staying outside, you'll see, don't worry. They don't like the water, says the little man.
Who's they?
They.
Well, they're coming.
Oh, we know, they come out every night.
And y'all still stay here?
Why not? It's beautiful. We're protected by the creek. Unlike you, Miss Downs, we're still so sorry for what happened to you. And the brunette lady on the porch just kind of like waves it off before like whistling, and Baxter comes running up to her.
What happened to her?
one of them shafts, well, what we believe happened. One of them shafts opened up and there was a sinkhole. Whole house, husband, son. The only thing that got out was her and Baxter.
Oh, that's sad.
That's Appalachia. That's our home.
Guess it's nice of you to take her in.
Of course, we're all big on community, except for them folks down the hill. But nah, that's fine. Whatever. Gotta stick together when we can. The sun's turning a lovely orange and magenta, and Hazel is like, you're looking around. It's like, occasionally you think you maybe see something out in like the tree lines. It's like a blur of, it's like a fire, but it's moving in the trees. Not like a normal fire, it's like something on fire, just out of your field of vision. Comes, it goes, it lights, it grows dark. And as it starts getting darker, you're noticing more and more of it.
Hazel just standing at the edge of the creek, like toes at the bank, staring out.
What do you see now, Miss Booth?
And Mary, if you go to look where Hazel's looking, unlike last time where she was going towards something and nobody saw it, you also see the weird flames off in the distance in the tree line across the creek.
Oh, how curious.
You see that too?
Oh, I see it all right. I'm gonna take out my camera and see if I can't snap a picture.
You
Never
go
seen anything like that
through the
before.
wonderful, lengthy process of 1920s photography, setting up your tripod and getting it, and going under the curtain to check, and then back out, and then
I'm just carrying a whole golf bag size bag on my back.
Yeah.
Evelyn has pulled out her book on Appalachian folk tales and magic and lore, and is just flipping through the pages.
what are you looking for?
Anything that matches the description of what we're looking at right now.
A walking, rolling fire could be a vast number of different folk tales and lore. Because you guys can't get a clear field of view on it, you can't quite place, but there's a couple options. From the porch, Baxter lets out a low growl. Protective, defensive. Not angry, not like attacking, just more of a, like, letting a little warning out towards whatever's out that way. That this place is protected by a good boy.
If anything happens to this fucking dog, I swear.
Now y'all know how I felt with Dolene.
Otley too, let's go.
From the window, all right, y'all, dinner's ready. Y'all come in. We can get some food in our bellies so we can talk and share stories.
Is that Granny that's calling us?
That's Granny, yes. That is
All
one
right.
Granny Tyler.
Let's go get some grub. I'm still semi-moist from the pond. I'm sure I'm all sore with bee stings, so really need some good food right now to take my mind off of it.
I'm still watching them.
Okay.
Never seen anything like it.
Who's going into the house first?
I'll let Leslie go in.
All right, I guess it's Leslie.
The ladies who are off by the creek will take a little bit longer to get there. It's fine, no big. Leslie's going in. You step through the doorway, and it just smells so wonderful in here. Delicious southern home cooking, the types of which to Leslie's Bostonian nostrils are not acquainted or accompanied. It's like it smells of herb, and spice, and delicious, and it's warm and kind, welcoming. There's a bunch of chairs pulled up around a mighty oak table.
Oh, great in here.
Well, thank you. Thank you,
Matt,
son.
Matt, just for the record, I'm not going in until the other three go in.
Okay.
It's
Leslie's
dark and
in.
I'm not
The ladies inside gesture you towards where you can sit. There's all manner of like stoneware and crock and everything just like laid out on the table, still covered, but you know you are in for an absolute treat.
Yeah, backwoods southern home cooking like that. Some of the best damn food you'll ever have.
Make you want to slap your mama.
Oh, I thought my grandma for some of that.
I have a seat at the table, and I'm just kind of waiting for everyone else to sit down.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mary's still watching. Hazel, what are you doing?
I'll still be watching because Mary is still out here. I'm not gonna leave her alone.
Evelyn. You're muted.
You're muted, Kelly.
Engrossed in her book, still trying to figure out what the hell they're looking at.
Emmett, the ladies aren't budging.
Come on, ladies. Dinner's ready. It'd be rude to turn down their hospitality. Matt, do I see what they're looking at?
Yeah, they're occasionally it looks like there's some flames that pop up in the woods, and then that just as quick as they're there, they disappear.
I don't know
Mary?
what's going on out there, but you know,
Miss Davis, you're about done.
better not to be safe.
Just bad.
Better to be safe than sorry. Not being
Flash
able
of
to
a
back.
bulb, Mary acquires a picture. Once she can, process the film.
I've seen and heard a lot in Daddy's church, but never something like this. How cute.
Go on inside and eat something.
As long as you come along with me.
They weren't expecting this many guests. It's all right.
No, Miss Granny Tyler did say she was throwing on some extra for the member of us.
Y'all really just gonna stand here until I go inside?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please join us, Miss Booth.
Unsettling.
Already had the same feeling as joining a cold.
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I loved it. I loved it.
Just like
I didn't mean for
completely,
it to be.
Artie's the Dracula.
completely perplexed for a minute before just turning and heading for the house.
All right, Hazel, you turn and you're making your way towards the house, and as you're approaching, it's starting to feel off. It's like, as you continue drawing closer, it's like what you were expecting when you were crossing the creek. So while the yard might be safe and the creek and the yard aren't warded, as you're getting closer to the house, the feel, the pull, the pulse of a ward is pushing you back. You know if you try to cross that threshold, it's going to throw you back. Granny Tyler is not exactly as she appears. Or maybe she is. A mama of the woods.
She goes from like being kind of confused to just looking a little sad. And then she heads back to the camp she made.
So for everyone else, you would see Hazel like walking and then like stop, and then she just turns and goes back, starts heading, trying to go back to the camp.
Before she heads completely back, still being in possession of the baggie of stick figures.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give one because I know she's not gonna take it. But I'm gonna try to put my arm around her while having them and see if she will still go forward with me.
Hazel, would you?
Just kind of ducks out from under the arm. Go on and get some food. It's fine. I'll be fine out here. Can't get across the creek. Just go.
I'll bring her back. And I'll walk inside, take my hat off as I enter. Granny Tyler, would it be all right if I take a couple bowls of food out to the ladies? They don't want to take up too much space inside.
We got plenty of space. They are more than welcome to come join us at our table.
No, I wouldn't want to impose. I think I'd like to eat outside today.
Go inside.
Yeah, I'd be excused to talk to my friends.
Of course. The two gentlemen from off that live in like another, like it's more of a shed than a house, come from the shed and go into the house to join at the table. One of them's given like a little glance towards Hazel, but doesn't say anything. The gaze doesn't linger too long.
I'll go
Stop
join
staring
one.
at me.
Is the group all together trying to figure out who's going inside this frickin' house for dinner?
Seems so.
All right. What's the holdup? Because we're being very rude and I'm very hungry, and all that sounds amazing.
Fine. Hazel will turn and start walking until at which point she can no longer walk anymore. She'll show them.
Right. Hazel, or everybody, you see Hazel be like, fine, and just starts stomping towards the house, and she gets 1 foot up onto the porch, and all of you hear, it sounds like a lightning crack. There's no bolt of electricity, no sparks fly from the night sky or anything, just a loud boom, and Hazel is thrown about 10 feet off of the porch, back towards the camp. And Hazel, you are going to lose 5 speed.
What the hell was that?
You don't listen. Just go inside.
I don't listen. You don't explain for me to listen.
How am I supposed to explain that?
Why? Because you just flew back like fucking 10 feet. Freaking ridiculous.
That house is protected.
All the happy house noises you guys were hearing pre-boom have stopped inside the house.
Why does it need protecting from you?
Because there's something wrong with me.
Well, you're very cryptic, I'll give you that, but what specifically?
I don't know.
After he says that, Leslie feels real bad about it. He's gonna like try to reach out his hand to put on her shoulder and be like, I'm not...
So go inside.
Jen, you can do a recovery roll. It's free, you don't have to mark it. You have a heal from chat.
Nice, that's very nice.
So you would roll 1d6 and you will add your tier and are hurt right after.
Oh my god. 4 bees?
So you have 5. You can allocate amongst your point pools as you see fit.
Okay.
The adjustable
Sounds-
ones, not the permanent ones.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in intellect.
And hey,
God damn it.
If y'all don't go inside and eat, they're gonna think you're with me.
But we are with you. You're a friend.
Not like that.
Then what is it?
I'll answer questions after you go inside and eat.
And I am Reggie for me.
Hazel's answer of we'll get answers after we eat is good enough for Evelyn, and she'll go inside.
Yeah.
Evelyn, you get 1 foot onto the porch. The same thing. Another crack, another boom, and you're repelled back. And
What is going on?
And lose 5 speed. And Evelyn, even more alarming, only something you'd notice because you're so familiar with it. A small crack on the antler after that step and that pushback.
I guess you got questions to answer after dinner too.
Has Mary tried to go into the house yet?
She is not.
Cool. I'm gonna point at Mary. I'll be like, all right, if you're gonna freaking launch yourself back from that house, right, you gotta tell me right now. I'm not doing this a 3rd time.
I couldn't tell you, Mr. Clark.
He's kind of pushed the priest thing out of his mind a bit as like, all right, maybe I was just under a lot of mountain stress or whatever, but now he's like,
Mountain stress.
yeah, you never heard of mountain stress?
These mountains of Appalachia do be stressful, y'all.
Evelyn's just gonna walk on back and start making something from her packet with the cook stoves and just.
Mr. McCoy, you hear called out from the house.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's a mighty fine idea for you to bring some bowls outside if that's what your group do want.
I don't need any.
Clark, come help me gather bowls.
Am I gonna launch back from the house now?
You went in the house already.
Yeah, but I don't understand the rules of this and no one bothers to explain it. But all right, I'll go help with some bowls.
Leslie Emmett. I imagine Leslie probably very trepidatiously goes to put a foot on the porch. Nothing happens to either of you.
Ooh, relax, go in, grab some plates.
Yeah.
Granny and Miss Catherine Downs are helping put a smattering and assortment of everything that's already on the table. Leslie, you will notice as you came in, everything was still covered. They take the covers off. Everything looks the way it was before. It doesn't look like they've changed or altered or done anything to anything. As they hand over the bowls and plates.
Mighty kind of y'all.
Thank you.
Did you two want to join us inside, or were you going to eat outside with your friends?
I will join you inside.
Okay.
I wouldn't feel right to leave the ladies out there by themselves.
Yeah, I figured McCoy would want to be the. I'm gonna pat his chest
I do appreciate the offer, though.
Strong mountain man that he is, he's gonna go. I'm here to travel and learn.
I assure you, sir, that the ladies are quite safe on this side of the creek, but I respect your decisions. It's wise and very gentlemanly of you not to leave them off on their own outside. They produce a fourth. They take the 4th plate that was for Emmett and start heaping all manner of soup, beans, cornbread, chicken, some dumplings.
I've just got my arms. 2 plates on one arm, another on, and then the 4th one just gets set on the other palm. Thank you kindly.
Right. Go bust that food to table 12.
What the fuck? No. That's better not to question you.
As quickly as you say it, Emmett, Granny Tyler standing there beside you, from nowhere, just a switch in hand and right across your arm. The second you say that curse word, what the fuck? It's smack.
That was an in-character laugh, by the way. Leslie thinks that's
And you have
Thank you,
the
Greg.
sweet old lady has never seemed stern or anything, but is just standing there like doesn't care that you're like 6'3", towering over her. Just we
My
do not,
apologies,
we do not
Granny
use
Tyler.
that language in this house, sir.
My apologies, Granny Tyler.
Well, I'm glad somebody finally said something. You boys been cursing all this trip.
Mary, are you saying that from outside?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were all still outside.
No, it's like they're getting the food inside. I was like, wait, Mary, did you try to go in?
Boom, I'm here. No.
Boom, you're alive.
Magic trick.
After I have my plate and the plates for the girls, I walk back outside,
All right,
leaving
and-
Clark inside with the rest of them.
Leslie's
All right. Emmett joins the rest of the group outside.
I get back outside and I start, ladies, I brought food.
But
you'll have to.
While that was happening, Hazel, Evelyn, you guys are busy at camp. Mary, what were you doing?
Well, I was still outside.
You were?
I guess I went back to go look at those, to see if those creatures were still there.
You start wandering back, and at the edge of the creek, you see, looks like a large gray dog, kind of like pawing on the other side of the creek into the dirt. Like pawing, chuffing, just snorting and sniffing. It's right where the bridge was. Like it's like confused as to why the way's gone now. Like it's familiar with this area.
I'm gonna duck behind a tree and watch.
Roll me a d20. We're looking for a 9 or higher.
Hey!
Exactly a 9.
If it's taken notice of you, it doesn't seem to be paying you any mind. But as it continues to do so, it like moves from sniffing the dirt in the ground into its muzzle, its gray, ashy muzzle, and then like looks up and and cracks start forming along it, little red beams of light lacing and lining its way, working its way over its body before it bursts slightly into flames. And it rears its head back like it's about to bark, but no noise really comes out, but a gout of flame leaves its mouth before it turns and pads back into the woods.
And that's a red dog.
Alright. I'm just gonna go back to camp now.
Evelyn, with that small exposure, with that, you guys actually can see it. You are absolutely right. That is a red dog. And with your book and your knowledge and your studying and everything, you would know that there's never just a red dog. They travel in packs, ranging usually from anywhere from 5 to upwards of a dozen.
Miss Mary, is that the only one you see?
I mean, it looked a little like the ones we saw earlier. At the end.
Gonna be a whole lot more.
I can't.
So they travel in packs?
And Emmett rejoins this group now with plates.
Yeah, just start handing out plates of food before sitting down.
Do you know anything about those dogs?
What dogs?
I know of those dogs.
Well, what do you know about them?
Give me half a second. She's gonna flip through her book real fast, going straight to that page that she had up just a few moments ago.
Yep. She maybe made some, left some like blades of grass in there so that she could flip to the various options of fire things in the mountains of Appalachia. And while all this is going on, a low keen in wine comes from the porch as Baxter leaves the house, door still left open, and pads over to the group in the camp. And he just rests his head in Hazel's lap, sensing the sadness and confusion in her, just trying to give a little bit of comfort.
Little guy.
They show up wherever there's been a large coal fire. They can be seen eating the coal and dry wood, other burnable
Mines.
objects.
Maybe they're from the mines.
They're not actually covered in ash. It's just a thin layer of ash that surrounds and covers the rock of their bones. So they look dog-shaped. Most attacks against them don't do much.
And Evelyn, that's where your book's going to leave off. You do not know the other remaining bits of knowledge.
But that's all I have in mind.
Look, real quick, before you get to that part, no, you don't know that.
Okay.
Hazel's gonna kind of ignore the food and just like curl up on the ground next to the dog.
All the puppy cuddles.
Baxter, like, moves and lays onto his side, snuggling up with Hazel, pushing his back up against her chest.
So, I'm not no expert on all this hoodoo shit that's out here in the woods. I mean, you said most attacks don't work on them. How would we take care of them?
We don't. We just stay inside this property. Unless you want to
Sure.
wander out there in the woods, Emmett.
I mean, not at night, but I'm sure that we don't want to overstay our welcome.
They said we could camp here for the night.
Meanwhile, inside,
The yank.
Leslie, so much yummy, delicious food.
All right. Have they said grace yet?
They have indeed.
Okay, so he gave his little. He's digging in. He's having a great time.
Grace is a little weird. There's no, like, thanking the Lord or God, no anything, but a lot of the mother provides, so on and so forth. More worship of the mountain and something that they keep calling the green. As opposed to, Jesus.
Like. He notices this. He thinks it's weird. He's not going to say anything because he is alone right now. So he's not trying to, like, rustle any
Because
chickens.
he is alone and he is famished.
He is very aware that they did not do the traditional Lord's Prayer.
The no traditional Lord's Prayer, women getting thrown off the porch by something.
He doesn't know, which is weird.
Right. And then after prayer, everybody starts digging in.
Well, his food is wicked delicious. His Tyler is very good. I've never had anything quite like it.
Sir, I don't know what you're trying to imply, but my food is not wicked.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. It's a bit of a regional thing. From where I'm from, wicked means good, like great. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to pay you a compliment.
Right. Oh, well, thank you. She looks just as befuddled as you were with the prayer. With the whole, like, why would you call... Like, it looks like she's thinking, it's like, why would you say something bad is that's so weird. So that's some interesting company you're keeping there, Mr. Clark.
Yeah, they're good people though. Even McCoy, but they are this solid bunch. Nope. They agreed to help me on my trip here.
True. What brings you down to our corner of Appalachia?
I'm a biologist by trade. I like to categorize animals, and I think that the Appalachians has some very good. He making a point not to say wicked. Very good critters out here that I'd like to get to know. There's a lot of also other beauty down here, and he looks at the other lady,
Miss Catherine Downs.
Catherine Downs. He looks at her when he says that part.
She blushes and looks down at her plate, but there is a smile. Well, I mean, Granny Tyler doing as all grannies do, like catches like the look, the smile, the blushes, like, oh, like, well, I mean, there are many treasures that one could find down here in our great mountain, Mr. Clark.
Indeed. Yeah, and your cooking is definitely one of them. What do you call this one again? And I hold up like the dumplings.
That's just some dumplings.
Phenomenal.
Thank you. Well, I mean, you're in luck if you're looking to like categorize like and observe different creatures. Y'all aren't planning on going into the mine, are you? Just making small talk.
There was some talk of that, but I don't think anything concrete's been decided.
Well, if you do plan on letting me know, we can do some things that might be able to help you. Mine's very dangerous.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've heard quite of my share of stories in here. But what do you mean you can help us out there?
Oh, we can offer y'all some manner of small protection.
I mean, McCoy's got a gun.
Into active.
Mr. Clark, you're not from here, but you'll find with time that sometimes a gun's not the best protection one can have out here in these parts.
I mean, I also got a knife.
Physical weapons, instruments of pain and violence, aren't always the best choice.
Oh, I see. It more of a spiritual thing. Well, don't worry. I got my Hail Marys and my Heavenly Fathers.
The bigger of the two men sitting at the table with you, just like kind of like.
But you think something funny's there, Mr. Man?
Yeah, the things in them minds don't care about your lord, boy.
I mean, no disrespect.
You can poke and make fun at our ways all you want, but
I ain't trying to poke or be disrespectful, make fun. But all I know is when I was over on the Western Front out there, there weren't no stick figures keeping me safe.
Yeah, I'm sure there weren't any burning bodies coming at you either. Both of the men look a bit haunted when he mentions that, but then just go back to resuming their eating. If you don't want the smaller of the men, if you don't want Granny's help with, if you do decide to go into the mine, but you want something more practical, physical, and everything, I have maps still from back when I worked in old number 7. Maybe help you with the shafts and navigating.
Well, that would be very much appreciated. I'll have to pass that on to my group after I'm done with the lovely meal.
Absolutely. You just let me know. I got him out there in the shack.
Thank you, Mr.
I am Emmanuel Tyler.
Daniel Tyler?
Yep. Manny's fine.
I'll be sure to remember that, Manny.
gives a small nod. Meanwhile, back outside. You guys just eating in silence? Well, eating and snugging a dog in silence?
Yeah, Hazel was actually trying to go to sleep.
Hazel's able to drift off. Baxter is happy to be your snuggle buddy.
After I sat down, I practically just inhaled the food on my plate and then just set it off to the side. Just keeping watch.
There's a whole extra plate if you want it, because Hazel didn't eat.
No, Emma brought that out for Hazel. That was prepared for Hazel.
Soft, gentle, content snoring coming from the direction of Hazel Booth.
Anyone got a blanket we can throw over her? And
Yeah, I got an extra one in that pack
the
over there.
furry one.
Hazel, evens or odds? He does not get too warm by the blanket and does not attempt to escape your grasp.
I love how the dog's getting rolled right now.
Yeah.
Mary, Evelyn, what are you two doing?
Evelyn's got her folk book, her normal Appalachian history book, just both open while she's taking slow bites of food and turning through pages.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here quietly, hands in my lap.
Eating that delicious food?
Little nibbles.
I could still see Evelyn's other earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I have no questions.
You would note that when she took a step onto the porch, it seemed there actually was a flash. When Evelyn, you could see a flash at least. And it looked like the aura that has been around Evelyn kind of like repelled back. It was like, and then Evelyn followed. So it's like whatever the entity was is what got struck, and it pulled Evelyn with it.
Okay.
Nice little nibs, except for Emmett, who inhaled his plate.
And it's just keeping watch. Just, and even though they said that we were safe inside the crypt, just keeping watch.
Emmett. You hear from somewhere out in the woods. Emmett.
Don't acknowledge it.
Brother, I know you ain't out there ignoring me. All of you hear this. Except for you, Leslie, you're inside.
Trying to riz up that widow.
Who's your friend?
Ain't no friend of mine. Most likely ain't no Ken either.
Evelyn, are you talking to us? Or we couldn't hear you.
Everybody's got some manner of hurt on them, right?
I believe so. Everyone except for maybe Miss Mary Davis.
Intellect is down by 7.
Okay, cool.
Jesus.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Evelyn, you get a free recovery roll. So just roll a d6 and add +1 to it. Also, because you guys are gathered and resting, if you did want to make recovery rolls before a long sleep, that would be a good idea to do so.
Please.
Unless we're gonna, you could do level 1, level 2, and level 3. So you could do up to 3 if you would like, as you're resting up. Evelyn, heal 3 into whichever category you'd like.
Is that to the pool or to the?
To your pull, yeah.
It's to the one you adjust, not the big numbers in the middle of the box, but the smaller ones on the bottom.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a.
No, I've got a young one that's fighting his nap. That's why I keep muting myself, so y'all don't hear it.
Damn, Hazel. Heal 7.
Yay.
Emmett, heal 6 because you leveled that up.
Yep. Which is actually what I needed to get back up to
Hell
full.
yeah, Leslie Clark. You can go ahead and put 7 points in.
That speed back up.
And Artie, if you wanted to also roll a d6.
I think I'll be good.
And
I'm just saying, there's no reason not to. Because once you guys go to, no, it does not. Recovery rolls, you can do 4 recovery rolls in a day. The first one you can do as an immediate thing; it happens automatically. The second one, after you have 10 minutes of rest. The third one, after you have an hour of rest. And the fourth one is whenever you would have like a night's sleep.
Well, it is a 3.
And you healed 3. So technically that's 4. But you can go ahead and bring, you can heal up to 4 if you would like.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is how you guys recover the stats, by the way. So when they get low, cough like a speed of 1, for example. Generally a good idea, because the second one of those hits 0, that impaired, and the 2 things on the side of the sheet next to your hit points or next to your stats, when one stat hits 0, you check off one of those boxes and those negatives apply.
Oh, that's true. And then it takes a little longer.
Anything else happening with our outside group? Any conversations of what was that? Or are we waiting for the whole party to get back together for that?
Hazel will kind of climb out from
The blanket and the puffer.
nest and start walking toward the direction of the voice.
You head towards the direction, and as you clear a couple of bushes and you're back at the creek, on the other side there's a man. At least in like the night, from what you can see, it looks like a man. He's standing there. He's just as big as Emmett is, maybe just a little bit taller, but he's walking with like a limp, so hunched down a little bit as like he paces around. I'm like, oh, hey there.
Who are you pretending to be?
Pretending? Ma'am, my name is Hank McCoy.
And
And
how'd you find him out all this way?
find him, he found me. I left home to come down and work for B&L down here at the mines. Gives a small cough.
You can just leave him alone now, thank you.
I do not take kindly to a stranger telling me what I can and cannot do with my brother.
While Hank and Hazel are having this conversation, I'm gonna walk over.
Never had a problem.
Quit pretending to be my brother, and I'm just gonna pull out and shoot it. Shoot the Hank.
You pull out and shoot the Hank. Where are you shooting the Hank?
Chest. Because Hank's dead, as far as Emmett is concerned.
You did get note that in some mine owned by Barlo Mineral, you got word about 3 years ago that your brother had passed on, and you got a nice little check for his passing, and so on and so forth. But give me a roll, D20.
Fuck.
Shot yourself in the leg like Cheddar Bob.
Nah. It cuts off to the side, the bullet striking a tree, and when you strike, there's 6 6 flames kind of shoot up from the tree line in the brush. And backlit now by these flames, it looks like Hank. Like, at least like enough that it's passing, but he's so burned and charred, like patches and grossness, like skin melting and like just gore kind of dripping from one of his cheeks, that, and like hollowed out, you can still see like teeth inside his mouth. And he's just staring at you, specifically you, Emmett.
In 3 years,
That's your dead brother.
I already got the note for your death, along with a check that the company wrote for you. Apparently, they thought putting a price on your life was worth it. Ma was upset about it. Hell, Ma still hasn't recovered after all you left.
I don't think he cares.
No, no, we don't.
Of course
He
I
wouldn't have
care.
left in the first place.
Of course I care about my family. That's why I went out to work, so I could provide for y'all. More money in mines than logs.
What do you want, Hank?
Why? I just want to get my brother Emmett into the business. You should come on down to the mine. We'll get you set up nice right with a job.
When he says that, I'm just gonna just spit, and then just, come on, Miss Hazel.
We
We ain't
have,
gotta pay this ain't no mind.
they have so many things that they want to show y'all. They're gonna show the world. And he steps back
I'm sure we'll see it all soon.
into the darkness and disappears.
Holds out jar of moonshine to Emmett.
Happily takes it, and then just,
Emmett, roll me a d20.
Oh no.
okay,
The shine.
Oh no!
The shine got,
3.
Right into that
Hazel's
asteroid.
got the strong stuff.
Hazel got the strongest shine in the mountain.
Emmett, lose 3 speed.
Okay.
So rock thumps into the back of your head and lands on the ground. From somewhere out of the darkness. A receipt for the gunshot.
You good?
And it knows how to imitate him well, that's for fucking sure.
Hazel, you know. You can say whatever you want, but you know that's not an imitation.
Well, if he really died here, might be him after all.
Thank you so much for the follow, Sour.
Still wouldn't recommend. Well, you're a smart guy. Holds hand out for her moonshine back.
I'll take another swig of the moonshine and then hand it back.
Meanwhile, back inside.
Yeah, all this is happening. I'm enjoying a lovely meal.
Lovely meal, conversation, some flirting with the widow.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do in the mountains?
Damn yank.
What else are you gonna do with a widow?
Supper wraps, unless there's more conversation Leslie wishes to have or things to try to find out. The Yankee not understanding Appalachia at all.
No, there was probably a little more light flirting with the widow, but I'm not gonna make you roleplay that with me.
I'll roleplay it with you if you want.
All right, set me up.
You set me
Set me up.
she is a lady. She would not.
Come on, Colin.
I'm married. I've been out of the game.
Just imagine you're flirting with your wife.
I can't say that on stream.
You flirt with the lady, the Tyler family does not interrupt or thing, because a nice thing for Miss Catherine is never a bad thing. She needs some good in her life. Even if it is transitory, traveling man from way up north, making all kinds of fancy promises.
I have to swing by this farm again after my expedition is over. Come back to this company.
I mean, you could stay a little while and catalog the things around here. There's all kinds of things to take in.
Looking at Miss Downs, I'm sure there's all sorts of things I could get up to around
Oh, that
here.
was Miss Downs suggesting
her?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, well, that is a mighty good offer, but I do have a commitment to my friends out there. Gotta see it through, but maybe a second it's over, I'm running back here.
And it's at the mention of your friend's granny, like, gets back up. And she's like, oh, right. And the pie.
Jeez, I'm excited.
She starts cutting into it. 5 smaller plates, 5 generous portions of pie. Like, and starts offering them. It's like, your friends might want pie outside too. And it's getting a tad bit late, Mr. Clark, so maybe it's time you go rejoin the camp.
You mentioned pie, and my mouth started actually watering.
Well, thank you for the lovely meal and conversation, all of yous. You're some mighty fine folks. Thank you for engaging in me.
It was nice to meet you. We ain't had somebody of your culture and kind down here before, so it was good to meet you, says Manny.
It was great. Like y'all did oh, look at that! I'm picking up some of the vernacular. Y'all have been the nicest folks in Appalachia I've met so far.
The bigger man reaches out and, like, as like you're gathering things, like sets down like a little bracelet. It's got like a little tiny. It's like leather straps, but also has like a couple of like those animal bones that look like bird bones, kind of like woven into it. And hey, a brick for Leslie.
Do that. I want names. Cricket.
I said, if you said Appalachia one more time.
Listen, I full tilt was expecting him to go full Appalachia, so the actor just makes it even better.
It works with the accent.
Yep.
Right.
Just hands that over to you, Leslie.
We'll look at it and thank you.
It
you for the
it won't. It's not as good as what Granny was offering you, but it'll at least help with something.
I'm gonna put it on.
Cool. I'll lose 2 might because of the brick. Because of the brick.
Oh, okay.
As the bones, it feels like they're digging in a little bit. They're not breaking the skin, but like once you like fasten and attach, it's like the bracelet attaches itself a little bit more. That's weird.
Sure, let's just put on the random bracelet we're handed. Middle of the mountains.
He doesn't know better.
Yeah, I'm trying to be polite. I gotta rizz up. Trying to be nice to her compatriots. But thank you all for the lovely evening. Viola, gentlemen,
And
Miss Downs.
and Mr. Clark. And Leslie starts transporting pie out for the party, and the party is back together.
How are you transporting the pie out there, Leslie? That's what I'm most curious about. You have 5 plates of pie.
Carefully.
They're small. I come from a long line of waiters, so probably arm.
In the party?
I gotta tell you, y'all missed a heck of an evening in there. Are doling out pie.
I'm sure it was lovely.
The lady in that show was, if you catch my drift.
Clark be a gentleman.
I was, and she was very. We're gonna have to, after the mines. Can we swing back here?
He didn't get shot. Must have been enough of a gentleman.
Like I got a shot. If you didn't know what I'm saying.
I don't see why not.
At least they're probably good people in there.
Even the two gentlemen from earlier seemed very nice. They gave me this bracelet. The bigger one did. Going off my cool new bracelet.
Hopefully it'll keep you safe.
Between this and y'all, I did not ask, but apparently, still tight. But maybe it was made for someone with more slender wrist.
Slowly eats the pie.
Let's say I gave everybody pie.
Such great, delicious pie.
And it's
There's-
just right?
There is the sound of snorting and chuffing and full pleasure and puppy happiness. As Baxter is cleaning the plate that was set aside for Hazel Booth.
Gives him scratches. I know. There's a chunk
Hazel-
of pie crust.
Hazel, did you eat
Evelyn's
a
just gonna
single
pass
thing?
her whole pie over to Baxter because Evelyn doesn't. Pie.
Oh, hey, I know he's a good dog, but if you don't want the pie, you got
He
a whole
is
Leslie right here.
spinning in a circle, just plum prime happiness as he's having a full buffet of people food. Pie,
Better than people food.
the wigs, as like goes into the pie.
Hazel will kind of like take the most tentative, tiny bite, like she's afraid the pie will even hurt her.
No, curse pie.
The pie does not hurt her. The pie feels like warmth, happiness, good vibes, something Hazel's really not used to.
I'm gonna have to go make pie after this game. Fuck.
That one tiny bite just fills you with life, hope.
Lifts the plate, digs it.
There's no zero manners. Just,
Like prison style, just where.
Relax.
Well, while Hazel was saying she might not be that hungry, she sure seems plumb mighty struck by it.
So, what did you guys get up to out here while I was entertaining?
Dead miners.
I beg your pardon?
Well, just one so far. Probably lots more.
Like
Mouthful of pie.
in the ground?
No
And then I
manners.
No. No. Not in the ground. No, maybe in the ground. Don't know. We buried an empty casket.
Burnt and monstrous.
You
Guess they
feeling
come
all
out of
right?
that.
Did you eat anything? I think you're getting delirious with hunger.
I'm eating plenty now.
Now, so you didn't eat your dinner. You shouldn't even have that pie. You
I'll
didn't eat your
just
dinner.
point at the plate that Baxter just cleaned that's still sitting in front of Hazel.
I haven't
better be-
touched my pay.
You better be real count your lucky stars that Miss Tyler didn't see you feed that food to the dog and then eat your dessert.
Timidly, Baxter's approaching Mary with her full plate of pie. With the saddest, biggest puppy eyes, ears just down.
Don't you do it, Mary. Don't you do it.
I'll take a piece of the apple.
The plate is sitting in the grass.
Don't pick
But
up that plate.
he is being respectful. He is waiting
Pick
to
up
be
that plate.
he is waiting to be
Don't-
told that he can.
How much people food has this dog had?
He sits, and then he sits pretty up on his haunches, his two front paws just up.
Ah,
Leslie, just let the dog enjoy.
I'm gonna look. I'm
gonna
gonna turn.
nudge
I
the
didn't see
plate.
this. I didn't see this. I'll turn
Nudge the
around.
plate to the dog. It's happening.
and down on all fours, the same happy noises.
He's going to be a happy pup after this.
The pie does smell lovely, but Daddy never liked me
That
indulging in gluttonous
Tail
food.
is just whipping.
Body has some issues.
Oh no. Daddy is a very religious man.
Father's
Kind
a
of man
father.
don't like pie.
Hazel,
Oh,
Emmett,
he had plenty of pie.
Hazel, Emmett, and Leslie, since you were the three that ate your pie, recover 6 points, however you'd like.
Punished for not liking pie. That's just rude.
Oh, that's fair. I can just spread 6 points across my stats.
If no, like for
Like in the pool.
yeah, like recovery roll.
Oh, sorry. I thought.
No, not gain 6 permanent stats. You can recover 6
know,
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
As the warmth and joy of this lovely. No.
No.
Why'd you roll?
That's what I was asking. If I had to roll, or if I could just distribute them into the pool.
Oh, I thought you asked if you were like can add to your stats. No, I
No,
meant.
I didn't think I was like getting
No,
a super level up from the pie.
the 6 are your. I rolled the recovery roll for you.
Okay.
All of you get 6 points. You do not have to roll a recovery roll. It is already done.
When Baxter's done gorging himself on Miss Mary Davis's pie, I'm
Hazel,
gonna take the last slice of apple and just offer it to him.
as Baxter runs up and like very gentle, very good boy, takes the piece of apple Emmett's offering down, cooked and smothered and glazed and wonderful and cinnamon and delicious. Like as he's like gently taking, it's like Baxter's glowing. There's like a soft, gentle gold, like he looks like sunshine and light and happiness. It wasn't like that earlier, but and as you take that in, you notice like kind of the same thing. Like Leslie's belly looks warm and gold. Emmett's, yours.
What was in that pie?
We all see this, or just Hazel?
Just Hazel. Just Hazel because the powers and abilities that she has.
There's
So
a
you and I don't have no
there.
magic abilities. Listen,
I'm surprised it didn't hurt me.
Why would pie ever hurt you?
Why would a
Yeah,
porch ever hurt?
Yeah, can we go? Can we revisit that? Why Hughes and Evelyn launched?
Hazel like looks right at Evelyn, right past Evelyn. Well, it's not up to me to answer questions for her.
All right, can you answer the one that I asked you?
Why did you get launched?
Is there something evil inside me?
I thought you were speaking metaphorically. Were you speaking literally?
The evil within.
Just lives in there all twisting and
Hey.
talons. Dark and loud. Like a storm.
Hazel, with the warmth, you don't hear or feel them.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble later.
And who?
It's quiet. It's quiet.
When she says that, I'm not like thinking she's talking about herself. I'm thinking about like the woods. Is the
Yeah.
woods quiet?
There's just general, the woods is never actually quiet. And first of all, also, you would call it the forest.
Yeah,
But
you would call it the forest, Mr. Yankee. Everyone else from down here calls it the woods.
But no, it's not eerie quiet. It is standard general forest woods quiet.
All right, I can hear like the sounds of various critters off in distance, like,
And occasionally the sound of like flames. Like the briefest sound of a roaring fire that just as quickly dies.
along with those the dead miner. What else went down when I was inside?
Dogs.
You missed the red
Looks
dog.
at Baxter. You don't look red.
Evelyn,
Yeah, Hazel.
what book you got?
A
Yeah.
low growl comes from Baxter. He's so caught up, so happy, so everything's been great. Let me turn that down. Didn't realize it was so loud. Everything's been so great. He let his guard down. So taken in by the kindness and generosity given. And it just seems suddenly, it's like head darting, one ear up, snout full on going, and a low growl comes from Baxter as he stares off in the direction that Hazel and Emmett had wandered off to.
Those dogs, they friendly?
What dogs?
And Leslie, it's almost as if as soon as you say, "What dogs?" another dog steps out from under a bush. It's gray. Looks ashy almost. Just standing there and staring at the five of you and Baxter.
The hell is that?
We're gonna need some help in the mines. Maybe if we could.
Sniffing.
What?
That is. You guys know what that is?
I'm trying to look now.
Because that doesn't match anything of my
Know how to get
readings.
past the creek.
They're not after humans, if that's what you were asking, Evelyn.
Turns and just takes a bite out of the tree beside it.
Oh,
That is not usual canine behavior.
Chew, chew, chew.
that's all at once. We should be fine.
I feel like you guys aren't grasping the situation here, because that is probably a new species.
It just turns and proceeds to just eat the tree. And I'm not talking like tearing like bark off. Like with its chomp, it is taking chunks out of the tree.
Yeah, that's also not
Ian,
something
Daddy, I have a question.
Yes.
As an explorer, I would
Uh-huh.
like to take my unfinished bowl of dumplings and approach said fire puppy.
Well, he's not fiery right now.
Well, not right now, but still want to go towards him.
As you start approaching, like the head, like so focused on eating his meal of tree, turns. And like it shoulders lower as it like takes a few like steps back. Leslie, you with your training in animal handling and everything knows taking up defensive, like it will attack if provoked.
Evelyn, maybe you don't want to do that. It's not a.
I know what I'm doing, Leslie. If you
I don't think you do. I think you should back up.
As you two start yelling around this thing, like Leslie, Evelyn, you know, you're read up, you're knowledgeable, but Leslie, for you, it's like red lines start forming across the gray coat, and it looks like veins, but on the outside, and it's just glowing a gentle like red orange.
Of course, the mystery herbivorous dog is also bioluminescent. What else?
Evelyn is gonna reach a hand into her bowl and throw a dumpling towards, not at, but towards
Right in the face.
said puppy.
Give me a d20.
No.
Smack right into its face.
Of course.
Unless you would like to spend an XP for a reroll, or unless somebody else would like to spend an XP to reroll for Evelyn to reroll.
I wouldn't do it. It's funnier this way.
I'm
Make it
gonna
interesting.
spend an XP to re-roll that.
Oh.
All right, so that takes you down from 4 to 3. All right, I have notes. What are the intrusions I can do against you? Okay. Okay, cool. So, what's his number? Good job. The piece of biscuit does not fly right into his face, but instead lands a little bit in front of him, and while the veins are still going, and like the fur is a little bit out and chuffed, like leans down and sniffs the biscuit. Little orange tongue moves out and like laps it a little bit, and Leslie, for anybody who's paying attention, there's a sizzle as if like it's suddenly being cooked by the touch of its tongue. His head like kind of like snaps away like it doesn't like it.
That's a bit ungrateful.
Gives a bark in response to Leslie's ungratefulness. Gives a bark, but no sound. But a gout, a pillar of fire comes out of its mouth as the dog lights up.
Holy Mary, Mother of God!
Would you stop screaming?
Did you not just say the freaking mystery of ever is bioluminescent dog?
More movements. It looks like barking as Leslie gets louder and screaming. It's like responding in kind, feeding off of the energy of Leslie. More fire, more fire, more fire. Not long enough to hit you guys, but instead of sound, just flames.
Calm on down.
They don't attack humans if you would stop screaming. You don't know these animals. You don't live here. Keep your mouth shut for once in your life. Unless you would like to become barbecue, because I'm pretty sure he'd oblige.
Alright.
Well, don't eat dumplings.
Leslie, Baxter is Baxter is moved to stand underneath your legs, like so, like you're standing there, like dog, just in between your feet. And it's he's moved up to protect you. He's the goodest boy.
To me or to Leslie?
To Leslie.
To Leslie, okay.
I've been chosen.
From our earlier fire collecting, is there any wood still near me?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of wood. Evelyn, for you, you would know there's wood. You guys probably have like some flint and timber and coal in your travel packs. Hazel's moonshine, maybe?
Evelyn's gonna go around and collect a small bundle of sticks and just lay them down together and step away.
Chomping, chewing, like instantly rolls up. The fire's dying down. The red and orange lines on its body slowly going down as well as it happily snacks in the same way that Baxter had been eating your guys' plates and food.
Evelyn's gonna sit down and take out that journal and pencil she's got.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to sketch it, get a better picture of it.
Give me another D20.
You'll listen too.
Leslie, what are you doing? This is new fauna you've never experienced, you've never seen, this is what you're here for, man.
Exactly. So I have my journal out.
And I can add a 1 to that.
And I am feverishly writing down Ignicanus Leslie Clarkson and like describing it. Yeah, Leslie Clark's fire dog.
Evelyn, with your 6, and because you can ease that, that is more than enough. You are able to make a very wonderful sketch. Emmett, what are you doing? You've been awfully quiet, Emmett.
I've been trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. There's a dog thing that's barking fire.
Uh-huh. That's
You got
on
the
fire.
loudest yank that's on fire. But then you got Leslie, who's being a fucking yank, being loud as shit in the woods. I think I'm just gonna stand in between where Leslie's at and where Evelyn is. Just like not
That way,
real sure.
that way you're able to defend either one.
Yeah.
Hazel, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting on the ground, kind of watching. Maybe creeping a little closer to the dog, just scooting on my butt.
Hazel?
The grass stains.
Roll me a d20, Hazel. So you were trained in perception. You hear a couple of more odd sounds. Off in the direction of the creek. 3 more. Sounds like a thump. It's like thump, 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 like something landing into the dirt and the branches. Mary, what are you doing?
I am visually studying the wolf as well.
Okay.
And if she like makes small advances toward it, it's kind of, but not really. Like, she's not focusing on getting closer to it, but it might just be happening with how curious she is.
Just wandering closer, just like, ooh, something new.
Yeah. Something new.
Right,
This
Evelyn,
isn't in any of the Bibles I've read.
sure isn't.
You know, doggies eat dead miners.
They coal, wood, any kind of solid fuel. They'd take a shine to your moonshine, probably. They're just like normal dogs.
Without warning, Hazel will turn and get up and wander toward the noises.
Hazel, you go wandering off from the group.
Again.
Again. Evelyn, you wrap up your draw and you're like, nice.
Never been this close.
Finishes the sticks and twigs, tail wagging. Then, like, the tail stops, turns, and goes back to taking chunks out of the tree. Not satiated, still hungry. Ravenous, one could say.
We
Hazel,
still have a fire.
you do still have a fire, yeah?
Can I take, like, how fully burning is this fire? Is it all like charred wood, or is there bits that's not touched yet?
Fire's been going for a little bit. It's like pretty well into night now. Mostly charred. There's not really any unmolested wood.
How is
Everything
Baxter?
is flame touched. Baxter is still defensive posing between Leslie's legs. Doesn't trust this new dog. Not around his people.
Aw, I've been accepted.
Yeah, it takes the dog to accept the Yankee.
I'm gonna take out my cast iron pan and try and scoop up a piece of burning kindle,
Okay.
and then just like slide it towards the wolf to see if he does anything with it.
Proceeds to snout into pan, going for the more offered wood. Doesn't seem phased at all by the fact that fire and burned and everything just consuming.
Not Leslie's not screaming.
And Hazel, as you you clear the bushes and you make your way back to the edge of the creek. You don't see Hank McCoy or any other miners. There's boot prints on the other side of the creek, but nothing that's come across. But otherwise, like here on your side, everything looks fine. There's grass, branches, rocks.
Who's out here?
Nothing.
I'm fine then. Just gonna sit down at the edge of the creek and look out.
You're sitting at the edge of the creek? Okay. Give me one more d20 roll.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is currently 6.
Can I spend some stuff to lower that?
Heck yeah, you can. So if you, this is intelligence, so you have an edge there, which would lower that, which would mean you need a 5 or higher. If you wanted to spend 2 more points, or 2 points of intellect, that would lower it down to difficulty 1, making it you need a 3 or higher. Or you can go all in and you can spend 5 intellect points and you don't have to roll.
Yeah, okay. I'll just spend 5.
The sound behind you, it's been plain, normal, woodsy sounds. Everything that you've encountered in your normal nightly life out here in the wilderness, away from civilization. And then the sound of rocks moving. Like, not like scattering, but the opposite, coming together behind you as you stare out into the woods across the creek. Behind you, here in this little holler, in this safe place.
So on our side of the...
On your side, behind you.
Turn and look.
Turn and look, and just as you thought when you heard, rocks are pulling themselves together behind you. Three mounds of them. The earth parting and making way for more rocks as they build into more canine features. 3 of them behind you. And as like they're moving, you somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the heart, like you see like a red pulsing light starting to shine as they come more together. Until 3 more of the red dogs are standing there in front of you, and they proceed to start in. Going to woods, branches, trees, and begin doing what you saw the one dog do that came and ventured over closer to you, just consuming.
Y'all good boys?
One of them slowly turns to look at you as you ask that question. And then
You understand what I'm saying?
the other 2 follow suit as you ask the second question. They stopped eating, they're just staring at you.
And Leslie, Emmett, why don't one of y'all go wake up Granny?
McCoy, you go. Why don't you go ahead and handle that? I gotta keep taking observations on this here dog.
We gotta go to the mines. Do y'all like the mines?
Tails start wagging.
I like the mines. You wanna come with us?
3 gouts of flame.
Okay. Reluctantly, she's gonna set her moonshine jug down and back up a little.
For the rest of you, it's very faint, but you hear Hazel starting up. You hear her voice, but not her voice, not her words, just that weird tonguey sound lightly out here in the woods. Not screaming like she was down in the knot cellar, but you can hear tongues out here in the trees. And Hazel, as you set down your jar of shine, the boys pad up and like a dog with a water bowl, just little orange tongues dipping in.
Can I try to reach out and just touch one?
You can try to. Yeah.
Like
You're
Grace
not
said that.
you're not trained in animal handling like some of your party members are, but you're not at impaired on it or anything, so just a normal D20.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see indeed. Beautifully, perfectly fine. You go to pet and it's not soft and warm like Baxter. Like, it's warm, but it's not soft. Like, you saw them come together as rocks, and that is exactly how it feels under your hands, like just a rock dog.
But not so hot I can't touch it.
Not currently. They're currently not on fire either.
Okay. I'll give like 2 pats before deciding I'm probably pushing my luck. Good boys.
Heads turn away from you, but then they bark. The fire, no sound.
I'm taking Evelyn's suggestion. I'm going to wake up the Tyler family.
Are you going to the house where Granny and Catherine Downs are, or are you going to the shed where the boys are?
I'm gonna go with the boys first, and then I'm waking Granny and Catherine.
Huh? What? Who's there?
Damn it! There's dog things.
Oh shit! The sound of scrambling and scuttling and a shotgun cocking. In their underdress, it's like the tiny man Manny is running out, shotgun in hand, still in his long johns. Like, where is it?
There's one over by Barlo camp set up, and then there's...
That's the only one you know about, Emmett.
Yeah. There's the one over by the camp set up. It hasn't
Bolts.
really done...
Just bolts. You told him where? On a mission.
Yeah. I'm following, and then I stop at the main cabin and wake up Granny and Miss Catherine.
Mr. Clark, it is very improper to be trying to call on a lady at such an hour. You hear the tired voice of Granny Tyler.
It's Emmett, ma'am. We've got this flaming dog thing out here.
What?
Yeah.
Leslie, Evelyn, the shorter of the two men that you saw choring earlier, like, runs up, levels shotgun at the red dog, and just blasts.
Eddie, what the hell is he doing?
Just bam! And Leslie, like, you see You've seen gunshots. You've seen how flesh responds. This dog does not respond in a normal way. Chunks of rock go flying off, an orange glow deep in the holes made by the shotgun blast. And then fire starts shooting up out of the dog as it turns to growl, and then second barrel. It goes down, the fire goes out. There's a red rock sitting in like the pile of rocks that was once a dog, but now it's just rocks.
I have Leslie Clark reaction. I don't even know at this point. This has already been a night.
Manny walks up, grabs the red rock, kind of winces. It's like the red rock's burning his hand, and he just underhand lobs it into the lake, and it sizzles and sinks. Lake Crick. How in the fuck did it get across?
Don't know. As I say, they'll come walking back up after waking Granny.
Emmett, I told you to get Granny, not the men.
I figured more hands.
Men shoot first, women not generally. It wasn't attacking anybody.
That thing would not have stopped till it ate everything wood in this little patch of land, including the houses. Ma'am.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I live here.
Much to be yelled at, doesn't it, Evelyn?
It's about that time when I realized, guys, where's Hazel?
What are you talking about? She's right over, and then
No, Hazel.
we gotta put a frickin' bell on her. Ooh, I have an idea. Reginald. Can Reggie go see where he is, baby?
Flies off.
I
I
love
love
that
how
bird.
when you did that, there was a little bird sound in the music.
Reggie is a valued member of the team.
It does not take long for Reggie to come back. Hazel, you'll see the pigeon kind of like move through some branches, like land high up, looks down, takes in, then flies back the way it came.
Oh,
I sure do hope nothing bad's happened to her.
well, let's go find out. Lead the way.
Reggie comes back, like takes no time at all.
Hazel's just kind of sitting on the ground watching the fire dogs drink her moonshine.
They, if you do not stop them, they will drink your entire bottle of shine. When their tongues and their snouts aren't able, like one of them will knock it over. The sound of breaking glass ringing into the party's ear in the distance.
Immediately having my big axe.
As they
proceed.
proceed to just like lap and lick and not minding the glass in any way, shape, or form, like it's doing nothing to them, as they take of the shine.
We'll follow Emmett.
Cork, it's hard to get back in there.
You guys clear some bushes, and Hazel's just sitting there on the ground, placid, normal, in front of 3 of the ashy-looking dogs.
Well, at least he didn't kill the endling of the species there.
And following Manny's suit on what happened, I'm taking my axe and trying to swing
No!
into the gut.
Oh, hey! Cool it!
And that you declared you're swinging.
I did.
That hits.
Okay.
You said you're using... What weapon are you
The big
using?
axe.
The big axe?
It does 6 damage.
Chunk right into rock, and it splits a bit. 3 growls as fires start shooting up out of them. The one that's been axed, like, looks at Hazel like pain. Like it's been betrayed.
Hazel's gonna get up and just without like an actual plan, try to tackle Emmett.
Spear! Spear!
No plan. There's no plan here.
Beautiful. Leslie, what are you doing?
So the dogs are now very angry, correct?
The dogs have turned to flame. Flame on, if you will.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to calm them down.
You would probably be able to get 2 of them. The one that has been attacked, you know you're probably not going to be able to calm down.
He gets a bite out of McCoy. That's like tit for tat, if you ask me. So. Yeah, I'm just trying to calm.
Yeah, Mary is giving Emmett a very disapproving look.
Evelyn, what are you doing?
Disappointed
Or are
mother.
you just still sitting around
Oh no.
reading, writing?
No, with Emmett going after the other dog. I pretty much followed suit with Hazel.
Okay, cool.
Take his ass out.
All right, Emmett, give me a speed defense. Give me a d20 for your speed defense. And Leslie, I still need that d20 from
Oh
you.
God! Can I spin my edge to go ahead and make that lower?
So no, because the way edge works, you would. It eases tests by 1. So the way edge works is you could spend 2 to make the difficulty lower, because instead of the 3, because you have an edge of 1. Is what edge would do in this case.
Okay. Okay, then can I go ahead and spend some points and make that just a bit lower. That way because I don't know if I failed or not on that with that 7.
You sure don't. Leslie, with your roll, you are able to get the 2 that have not been axed. Like, instead of being on flame, like, they kind of, like, ease down to a gentle low burn. The flame's just barely tracing along. And now, with the light of the fire in such close proximity, as you do your best Chris Pratt, frickin', like, it's not skin. It's exactly what you thought it was when you saw Manny shoot him. It's like just rocks. Rocks and fire.
This is incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 4 speed points to lower the difficulty if I can. For them tackling me.
Taking it down to... Okay, you will avoid the chomp coming from the boy. The one that you axed, as it spins back and tries to attack you in kind, reciprocating the lovely southern hospitality that you have bestowed upon it. But for narration and good roleplay sake, you do not dodge. You dodge the dog right into the tackling of Hazel and Evelyn, diving on you, knocking you off your feet, and Emmett gaining XP as you're cleared off your feet once again.
Oh god, that's 10, not 1.
And you also get to give a point to someone else.
I'm gonna go ahead and give the other one to Hazel for sacrificing her shine to the dogs.
Yeah.
That's a big sacrifice.
That's, for her, that's a gigantic sacrifice.
I think things are quiet now. I'm feeling confident.
As Emmett, you collapse onto your back under the weight of the 2 of the 3 ladies. Oh. And you guys can thank your friend Emmett for this. And Leslie, you're standing there, hands outstretched, like, calm down, calm down, calm down. And then when Hazel pounces on Emmett. One of the two dogs reaches out, like just snaps its jaws at your extended hand. Give me a d20.
Because chaos reigns.
You barely manage to snap your hand back.
That's reasonable. You're upset. I don't blame you for that. I'm still like trying to calm him down though. Like,
Is Emmett like on his butt or on his back?
Back.
On my back.
pick him while he's down.
Hazel's just gonna sit on his chest.
Have his dick and twist it.
Twist.
Not 1920, good sir.
Did he lose grip on his axe, or does he still have it?
He still has it.
I'm gonna take it, or I'm gonna try to take it.
Give me opposed smite rolls.
You're gonna try to take my axe.
Opposed d20 rolls, please.
But he is prone right now, so
Gotta be the 10.
caught off guard.
Yeah, his hands are free.
It's okay, I got another one.
Is there a branch I can pick up?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna pick up a branch and I'm going to slowly join Clark and hold it out.
You are not taking my axe. You cannot take a lumberjack's axe.
Artie, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda hoped you were gonna start beating Emmett with the branch.
That's what I thought you were gonna do too.
I would love to. I would love to.
Go for it.
Lead the puppies away.
You will get a verbal branch beating, I assure you.
No.
Mary, which fire pup are you attempting to coerce with your branch?
The one that just snipped at Clark.
Leslie? Okay. As soon as the branch comes into view, it's like...
Little gentle
Get a
smile.
verbal lashing from the teacher lady.
Oh, you're gonna get a ruler to the back of the hand.
Oh no. 1920 corporal punishment still allowed.
And Mary, just for the sake of fairness, give me a d20
Yes.
for your animal handling.
God damn!
Jeez.
Jesus!
Shit.
Jesus!
Yeah,
Good friend.
no, congratulations, you have a new best friend too.
Where were these rules
Congratulations,
in
you have the
Vampire?
Right.
Alright.
Mary, queen of fire pups.
All right, Leslie and Mary, with each of you taking one of the dogs, you have negated two of them. The one that was axed, though, like Hazel sitting on it, like just immediately goes for Emmett's leg.
Hey, leave him.
I'm not helping him.
No.
He's just thumbs up.
Are you saying?
You reap what you sow.
Are you saying leave him to the dog?
Mm-hmm.
Emmett, Evelyn, you guys are the only ones over here. But Hazel, like, the dog is clearly going for Emmett, and Hazel says leave him, and the dog, like, stops.
He's an idiot, but he won't hurt you anymore.
Sits.
Now, are you saying this in normal speak or in tongues?
Tongues. You guys hear Hazel start up in her tongues, and the dog responds.
We'll just lean to reach a hand and pat his head.
As you reach your hand out, the fire dies down so that you can actually touch on its rocky skin. The rest of its body is still afire, but wherever your hand goes, the fire just dies right before your touch would get burned.
Still sitting on Emmett. Hazel looks so happy for a second.
Hazel, tell it to go. The other guy still got a gun. Get him out of here.
Who has a gun?
Manny.
Manny.
The little fella. Smaller of the two.
You don't want him to get hurt. Tell him to go.
Go where? They came up out of the rock.
I don't know. He's listening to you.
Get him off the property.
Well, it's not safe out there either.
Well, it's
It's
safer
a
than
spe-
Manny with a gun.
Yeah, it's especially not safe.
And
it's not safe
apparently,
up here.
Mr. McCoy here.
So I'm gonna hit things with an axe that I don't understand.
I was just following suit. Manny killed one. I figured that was the best course of action.
And he jumped off a bridge. Would you do that too?
Stop yelling.
My apology. And I'm saying that to the dogs, not to.
You guys could hear the people that live here, like, have now gathered on the front porch and are talking and discussing. If you're gonna try to save these boys, gotta be fast.
Y'all go back to camp.
No, I think that's enough of you being out here on your own.
I'll take him deeper into the woods.
I'll come with you.
No, go back to camp.
I'm not leaving you out here by
I get it.
yourself.
I'm not by myself.
You know what I mean?
The three heads as Leslie starts yelling at Hazel
Oh, snap.
all turn to start staring at Leslie, the fire growing again.
And make another roll to try to calm him back down.
You can. It's going to be at a bit more increased difficulty this time as you're yelling at what you could perceive to be their master.
I'm not sure how to describe this, but I'm not gonna try to like roll to calm them down. I'm just gonna look at Hazel and be like, okay, I'll go talk to the folks in their cabin. I'm gonna let you do your thing. We're all friends here, right? Except for Emmett.
Hazel's just like, oh, power. This is nice.
That sound good, Hazel?
Emmett, you should take Emmett with you.
We take it. I'm not letting Emmett.
I can't get up you, Miss Hazel.
Just
You're
gonna
on
like
my head.
very slowly, like spider monkey,
Up, Emmett.
fall off.
Emmett, you and I are gonna go back to the house, and you promise not to axe any more dogs, right? Emmett.
I
Emmett.
will think twice before axing a dog.
You will not axe any more dogs, right, Emmett?
Fine. I will not axe any
All
more
right.
dogs. And as I'm walking away, muttering under my breath, that Art Baxter.
Whack him upside the head.
Can you reach my head?
Did you just say you're going to
average height.
axe Baxter?
No, I said that aren't Baxter. That aren't.
Right, so if you're not going to axe any more dogs that aren't Baxter, that means you're going to axe Baxter. I'm just being a shit. Don't mind me.
You know what I meant, damn it.
I
Words
do.
are hard. As we discussed in D&D, common is hard.
Mm-hmm. Right, Hazel, Mary, and Evelyn, team girl.
Y'all go back to camp. If it's just me missing, they're not gonna worry too much.
I believe that according to my encyclopedia, that is the definition of insanity. Trying the same thing and getting the same result, because my answer is still no. You won't be left alone out here.
I'm
That
not
wouldn't be very
alone.
neighborly. You know what I meant.
Oh, that is my mom voice if I've ever heard one.
Miners,
She
miners
is a
problem
teacher.
can't
I am
get
a teacher.
across here, and I'm not too worried about these puppies.
Oh, they're good.
Unless you want to draw all those people in that house this way, you should go back to camp.
They have turned and are beginning to consume wood and tree and branches.
We gotta get them out of here.
Y'all go back to camp. I'll wander into the woods.
If you're not back
Leah?
in 10 or so minutes, I'm coming after you.
Oh, I won't be back that soon. I'll be back by sunup.
Hazel, there's one problem. You guys are on one side of the creek. There's not a lot of woods here on this side. That's more like flat land that's been turned into settlement. It's surrounded by the creek. You have no way to get these boys across the creek. Outside of the small little bridge that's already been like pulled onto your side.
Could sure use some. Sorry, Ranger's snoring and it was really loud.
He's a good doggo.
He's very good.
Only soul. Chef the fuck.
Go lead him away. I'll find somewhere for the dogs.
Okay.
That's not working.
So I just kind of like thoughtfully stare at the creek.
The one that's been axed doesn't look like he's been axed anymore.
Do I have like extra things of fuel for the lantern?
Yeah.
I'll slowly distribute.
Treats, snacks.
Mm-hmm. Just keeping them occupied as long as I can.
Keeping them occupied and out of sight of the people that live here. All right, Leslie, Emmett, you guys make your way back over towards the cabin first.
Who is there on the porch to greet us?
All four of them.
Everyone.
The Tylers as well as Miss Downs. And they're discussing, it's like, well, how did one of them get over the water? That don't make no sense. And it's like, I don't know, like maybe they're getting more aggressive. And it's just like it's just like Brother Bartholomew was saying, like eventually it's gonna spread.
Evening, everyone's.
Oh, Miss Downs is like, oh, Mr. Clark, are you okay? We were told that one of those things got over here.
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. We're working on getting him out of here for you.
Them? Says Granny Tyler, astutely listening to your words.
Yeah, there's three more of them.
And I was worried I was gonna be the one to slip up and tell him that.
Manny and the bigger gentleman step down off the porch and just start walking the direction you and Emmett came from.
Hey, fellas, where you heading?
To deal with the darkness.
Well, the dogs are pretty bright. Aggressive if you leave them be. So, how about you just come back here? We'll talk about this.
Mr. Clark, Granny Tyler says, like, again, remember our conversation at dinner.
You're supposed to say something to that? Like, no, I'm not gonna let them go out there and blast this potentially a new species. That's why I'm down here.
Are you saying that to her?
I'm saying this. I'm saying it with the accent. I'm saying it to her.
I'm just making sure. It's like, I assure you, sir, that's not any kind of living species.
I can tell you this. They reacted for a reason. That's more than I can say about half the people I've met here. When we showed them we weren't a threat, they calmed down.
They calmed down and they went right back to devouring the forest,
So
woods.
That's why our friend is moving them.
To eat up more of the land, consume for the things in the mine? No.
What things in the mine?
The thing that sleeps
I am
beneath.
so sick of this cryptic bullshit.
It's not cryptic, that's what we call it, Mr. Clark.
What is it? Describe it with words.
Are you a Christian man?
I am.
Okay. So, not Satan, but something akin to it.
There is something Satan adjacent.
There are hundreds of things that are Satan adjacent. In these
Please tell me
here,
that was in character.
in these here, she got tongue tied. Yes, she does not have her teeth in. In these here mountains, Mr. Clark. Some of your friends apparently traffic with them.
It's my outburst. I've been given a relatively, you're the straightest answer I've been given so far, so thank you for that.
Hence the weird loud noise and two of your friends being thrown off my porch.
I feel like I've given you no reason to think I have anything nefarious going on. Is that correct, Mr.?
You wouldn't have been able to get in my house if you did.
Exactly.
And you're telling me that your friends who have dealings with the darkness are minding the dogs that eat the forest. You should be glad I'm not telling my boy to take the gun to them.
You just give us a chance. If I promise I can get the dogs to never bother you again.
You can't make that promise, Mr. Clark.
I can try. Can you give me a chance, though? Can you give me a chance? That's all I'm asking.
Roll me a d20. And if you do you have any Wait, are you the one that's not good at talking to people?
Believe so.
Perfect. Even more difficulty. Let's do it. Roll me a d20 on persuasion.
What's the target number?
You need an 18 or higher.
Oh my
Oh
god.
Lord. Spend the points.
Alright, before I do this, remember you can only get this good action here on DM Daddy RPG.
I'd like to spend the next page for him to be able to re-roll that.
Okay, give us another d20 roll there, Leslie.
Alright, let's see how many times we're gonna smash our face into this wall.
You're welcome.
Absolutely not. Never. Like, I understand that you are exploring and trying to understand these mountains, but no. Not here. Not on my land. No, sir. Absolutely not. And she's just so full of resolve. She will never trust you, at least until another scene starts. Based off of that wonderful, wonderful roll that you just gave us. That lovely one.
I look over to Miss Downs to see what the expression on her face is.
She is fretting. She is terrified. And Miss Downs like that they came up out of the sinkhole. They ate the house. They ate my boy.
Oh, I lost my shot there. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's not like you lost your shot. It's more like all of the trauma is just flooding back, and she's somewhere else.
Yeah,
She's back to the night. She's back to the night she lost her house, her husband, her son. Trapped in her memories.
can't say that.
Matt,
See you later.
When Manny and the other Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his name was. I just know
You
Manny.
haven't caught it?
Started walking off towards the girls and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and follow them.
Okay. Unfortunately, they did not hear the conversation happening with Leslie.
Yeah.
Heavy boots are making their way through like the thickets and trees and branches. Hazel, Mary, and Evelyn. It's not it's not Leslie and Emmett.
Can I
different footsteps?
like pop up to my feet, like a canister of fuel in hand, and try to like run to lead them elsewhere?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to approach the approaching footsteps before they can possibly come into sight of the hounds.
Attack the boots. All I see is Kathy Bates from Waterboy just beating up JF. What? Yes. So Hazel, you were able to lead them off. This is not a vast, large property. You can get them out of sight from here, and you can keep them outside the porch. But eventually, like, it's going to be very difficult to juggle. Mary.
Well, hello, boys. Have you come looking for the dogs?
Ma'am, and yes.
Do you have to shoot them? They didn't seem to be causing any harm.
We'll point to chunks torn out of trees.
At least not to us, to you.
So, we are supposed to be homeless once they're done eating everything and have barely any land to live off of.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
They continue moving.
Well, if you have to do what you have to do, I believe I saw them go off that way, and I point to a different direction.
D20. Let's see it.
Shit. Does this also, like, count for a good opportunity to use fast talk?
Sure would be.
Let's use fast talk.
Hell yeah, let's use fast talk. What is fast talk? As you are deploying an ability.
Fast talk is when speaking with an intelligent creature who can understand you and isn't hostile, you convince that creature to take one reasonable action in the next round. Reasonable action must be agreed upon by the GM. It should not put the creature or its allies in obvious danger or be wildly out of character.
So the thing you would like is for them to go the opposite direction that you saw Hazel run.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree to this as the GM.
Okay.
Your roll, please.
Still a D20?
Still a D20. It's always a D20 unless you're doing a recovery roll.
Fuck. All right, we're gonna experience to reroll that.
Okay.
Today the dice are hitting us hard.
Another experience.
Mary is -1. And who gave the -1 for Emmett to reroll? Was that Evelyn?
I think so.
No one gave me a one to reroll.
For Leslie to reroll.
one.
That was Emmett.
Emmett did. So -1 for Ashley.
I'm back at 0.
Okay.
Can I spend a second experience?
No, one stay. One stay.
Fuck.
They look at your hand and the direction you're going. And the larger of the two, the one that hasn't been talking to you, looks at you, Mary. Really looks at you like he's looking through you. You've seen stares like this before. These are the stares of people that understand there's more to life out here in the mountains than what normal people let on. And he tilts his head and is like, "You're one of them."
At his realization, when he says you're one of them, I'm going to try to whack him upside the back of the head with my smaller axe, trying to knock him out.
Give me a D20.
In case it wasn't heard, I went, what?
Yeah, and
Okay.
out. Knees, face. Manny, the one with the shotgun, turns, befuddled that you've attacked his kin. McCoy, what are you doing?
Protecting.
You're running with the
sorry.
dark?
I'm sorry, Manny. And then I'm going to swing the back of the axe on Manny, too. Knock him out.
also knocked out.
Not killing him.
Good attack rolls there. Leslie, you'll hear you, Granny, and maybe Catherine, if she's coming in or out of her trauma, is just, you hear yelling and then silence. Granny looks puzzled for a moment. Like her eyes are like looking around, not anywhere in particular, just like, oh dear. Oh no. Mr. Clark, what have you brought to my holler?
I don't think I brought anything here that wasn't already here, if you ask me.
Oh, well, them ladies sure weren't here before you. And she kind of like stands more upright. Like suddenly, like she takes on, she looks stronger. She's been a sweet, kind of older lady, and now all of a sudden it's like, still looks the same, but she's not moving like she's old.
Imagine the old lady from Madagascar who beat the shit out of that lion.
I wouldn't know.
That's the best part. Oh.
Well. Alright. Don't like having to do this, but fine. She goes to take a couple steps off of the porch. Down into the grass. The campfire that was low and like had been settling as then like just starts sparking and rising. The fire like having life breathed into it from behind you. Nobody's near it. The fireplace inside the house ignites out of nowhere. And for Leslie Clark, this is some kind of metaphysical phenomena. What is going on? What is this crazy mountain?
It's been a rough 24 hours.
Just changed her background.
Roll 1d5. We have a random care. 1, 2. Emmett, you get a half.
I get a half.
You get a half. We have our first care of the night.
Oh boy, a whole half.
He's activating her bond guide.
All right.
Then Leslie gets copied up. Shit.
Small murmurings of the old lady. It sounds like she's praying, like you heard at the dinner table earlier, calling forth and asking for blessings and power from the green. From, oh mother, please give me the strength and the power once again to fight back the darkness, to bring forth the light, and to put things back where they belong, at least for the time being. Save their souls. Welcome them into your bosom. And hope that they're born again anew without the taint of those that lie beneath. And that sounds familiar because she was telling your conversation about Satan and Satan adjacent things. Yeah. And she told you, no, its name is the thing that sleeps beneath. You feel a power in the air, like a thrum of energy emanating off this now walking upright granny.
Is she walking, like, to me or towards me, if that makes sense?
Neither. She's not paying you any mind.
Okay, cool. I don't think I'm gonna get in her way.
Lovely Clark, being the smartest one of the group tonight.
She stops and closes her eyes and kind of just feels. It looks like she's like looking, but she's not. Her eyes are closed. She can't be looking for anything. It's like, and she makes her way in the direction you came.
All right, Miss Mary. Well, looks like we gotta go catch up with the other two, because obviously things did not go so well over at the porch.
You don't know what happened at the porch, Emmett.
And I'm pointing at the two guys that I just knocked out.
I guess so.
Hazel, you
We'll
hear
leave them here.
chanting coming from near your camp. You notice that there's fires kind of like poking up from places that fire should be. The fire in the camp, the house, the inside the cabin looks well lit now. The shed even looks well lit. Your lantern is ablaze. More so than the setting you have it on. Like, it just sprung to life on its own.
Who's doing that?
You know this. If there was questions as to what Granny Tyler might be, you now know for sure. There's a witch here. You don't understand magic, but you can detect it, and it is happening all over on the inside of this crick.
Well, the house hurt me, so I already made some assumptions.
Right, but now you know 1000% for sure.
Well, it's not safe for you boys. There's somewhere y'all can go.
One of them goes to paw at the crick and sizzle, the fire dying on him. The water will kill them.
Y'all just made yourself out of nothing. You can't scooch on over?
Low little whinings and puff of coal dust coming out of their mouths instead of the gouts of flame. Understanding fully, based off of your tone, that they're supposed to be being quiet.
How big are they? Like, how much do they weigh?
We'll go with Apollo size. That
And how
is
wide is-
that is 80-pound pure black lab and Rottweiler.
I've seen Apollo. He's a stout boy.
How wide is the creek?
About like, say it's about 8 feet across.
And how deep?
Pretty deep. Deep enough for one Leslie Clark to fully submerge himself into with some space to avoid some bees that was happening earlier.
If I look around, is there anything I can use to build them an impromptu bridge across?
I mean, there is a bridge. Man-made one that can be pulled back over.
There is, but I don't imagine I'm close to it because it was near the house, wasn't it?
It had been pulled off just across the creek. It was back up by where you and Emmett encountered Hank.
Does this creek like completely enclose the property?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Hazel, as you're looking around trying to find something to use to make a bridge, across the way, 7 shadowy figures just standing in the darkness. Need help there, ma'am?
I don't.
Are you sure, Hazel? You know we
Who are
can.
you?
You know we can help you. You know that voice, but you've never seen it made physical.
What are you doing here?
You brought us home, Hazel.
Well, good, y'all can stay.
You don't need help? That witch is gonna burn you.
No, she won't.
The shadowy figures slowly start coalescing back into just normal shadows.
I'm gonna look down and see if the dogs had any reaction.
Much like how they are attentive to you and everything, they are focused, sitting, good boys, in the direction of those shadows.
Oh, shit.
And as they dissipate, they flame on. They turn to look inland to this little holler.
We gotta get you to safety. Do you want to go back over there?
They're not responding to you anymore.
I'm just gonna kind of sit down on the ground. Lost my friend.
Become obsessed with puppet. They are not charging off. It seems like they are setting up to defend Hazel from whatever's coming their way. And the voices start slithering back into your head, Hazel. Oh, well, this'll be fine. This'll be fun. Maybe the witch will die. Which one? See what I shut up.
Just gonna sit on the ground and see if anyone comes.
That is entirely dependent. Kelly, are you back yet?
Take that as a no.
Okay, we'll go back to Mary and Emmett then.
But after knocking those two out and having a brief little discussion with Mary about going and finding the others, I'm going to try to find Evelyn and Hazel.
Granny Tyler,
Boys.
it looks like, is making her way purposely, shoulders squared, resolved, the gray in her hair giving way, and it's taking on a more resilient red-like splendor, like she's de-aging. She's getting more youthful in her appearance with each step. The grass around her is starting to grow more. With purpose, making her way towards the two of you, when all of a sudden she stops, her head just, eyes closed, just jarring, jutting off to the side, the direction you saw Hazel running. Then she turns and starts making her way towards that direction instead.
I don't think my axe would help solve that situation there.
Ever will you do now?
So that bridge was over by where me and Hazel had encountered Hank.
Uh-huh.
Well,
That's right on the other side of this here brush.
I do have an idea if you want to go get Miss Hazel and them dogs. And I'm gonna head off towards the bridge to go try to throw it back across.
You are, give me a d20. Chuck it, and like you aren't able to close the distance. Some of it falls down into the creek, and like you would be able to like get across, like get into the water, pull, and like finish getting it across. You were not able to just.
I didn't. I imagined it was made of solid wood. It was going to be heavy. Yeah.
You jump in and you're dragging and you're lifting, you're pushing, and you get the set up on the other side perfectly, and a hand grabs your wrist, and you look up, and out of nowhere there's Hank. Hey there, brother. Been a while.
Off.
And it's 2:50. This is where we're leaving off.
I don't know how.
I don't either. I looked down at one, and it was 2:20. I was like, what?
Oh, this game is going amazingly.
Time is not
I am
real.
sorry for the echo that follows, but my earbuds are dying, so I have to turn them off.
It's okay. We're at the end here. Great game today, guys. Oh, we made so many new friends.
So many friends, knocked a couple of people out, gave them some brain damage.
Few enemies.
Got some goodwill, immediately squandered it.
Heard some good. Leslie finally found decent, nice people that were nice to him, and then immediately we had delicious pie. So many
I'm offended.
so many dog friends.
Nice-ish.
The hell, man.
What a great game. What a great game.
Heck yeah, it was.
All right, let's see here. We will go ahead and do our socials because I forgot to do that earlier. Guys, if this is your first time checking us out, head over to our Discord. We currently have votes going for the things that will be next seasons of games, our games of January. We can turn off the spooky music now. You know what? You know what we need? Let's get our happy music back. I feel like we earned some happy music. Anyways, Discord. All of us are very talkative, chatty Cathys over there. Please do pop in our Discord. Vote for games. Sign up for games in the future. Talk with us about games and tabletop and fun times and good things. If you want to talk to us specifically about Old Gods, I am very, very versed in it. I love the podcast so much. So we would love to have you over there and join us if you want to. Come sit under that tree with us, family. YouTube. Why? There we go. Here we go. YouTube. This is your first time seeing us and you want to see the events that led to today's episode? Why, this is still the start of this story, and we have episode 1 over on the YouTube, as well as all of our other tabletop games that we've run over the past year and some change.
It's on the bag.
No, we've been back. We were just didn't see anybody in Discord chat.
It's all good. So, yes, YouTube, please give us a like, subscribe, follow over there, and make sure to check out all of our fun times. We have a whole lot of things. Every playlist is titled as well as with the system that we use if you want to see what kind of stories we've been running. If you're looking for more horror cosmic thing, I highly recommend checking out Rust and Decay. That was the horror game that I ran a year ago that it went to some places. It went a lot of places.
Yeah.
And of course, Patreon! Patreon is how we fund all this fun stuff. It's how we get our books, it's how we get our art, it's how we pay for the merch. You get all kinds of cool things like merch, slots in games, frickin' free redeems in the chat if we're messing with players, Hunger Games style, so on and so forth, etc. Yeah, perfect. Leslie Clark, who made your day today?
I give it to Emmett for just causing so many problems.
both inside and outside the party.
Right?
Beautiful. Evelyn Caldwell.
Props to Hazel, just because she loves the fire puppies.
She's trying so hard to save them puppies. Trying so hard. Emmett.
I'm gonna give mine to Leslie Clark for trying to seduce the widow.
Trying.
Yeah, I was succeeding, dude.
Beautiful. Hazel Booth.
I'm going to say Leslie for being the only one who actually made it inside for dinner.
Emmett was inside, but he decided to go join the
Yeah.
ladies outside.
Just a Yankee surrounded by a bunch of Southerners, feasting
Having a great
delights
time.
me.
And Miss Mary Davis.
Oh my god. I have to give it to freaking Lewis again, because Jesus, you're freaking hilarious. I love the
You mean
character.
Leslie?
Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just freaking the bit at the fire was like, don't give it to the dog. Don't do it. Freaking mountain
Everyone
behavior.
thought you did it.
Not usual hound behavior. God, just.
So, perfect.
Hey, you-
Guys, thank you so much for spending this early Saturday with us over here on DM Daddy RPG. Boom, 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 boom. Are they live yet? Because we have friends. We've made new friends with Vancouver by Night. They are not
They're not
online. Damn. But Brad's on. Silly
Can
Brad.
abuse a skelly boy?
We are. So, is it slash raid? Yes.
It is slash raid.
So guys, get your bricks ready. We're gonna go harass one of our players in our other games who's streaming some video game, Lethal Company. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I think it's some sort of hiding game.
Get ready for that raid, y'all. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you. This has been a fun. I look forward to next week, as this did not go the way I was expecting it to go. And by the book, Granny Tyler's supposed to be a friend. But we have chosen fire puppies, and we're sticking with it. And I am here for this decision, and this makes me so happy. I love
Hazel
that.
doesn't make friends very often.
Sure doesn't. Let alone loyal subjects in the
an
form
animal
of
in the game, you should've known that was happening.
danger dogs.
And don't forget, we have Baxter. If
Yeah.
we don't have Baxter, I'm kidnapping Baxter.
I guess we'll
With
see
the way
what
this is
happens.
going,
I guess we'll see what happens, because Baxter will defend his actual people.
This is
So this is gonna be a thing, and
this is how I need a new character 3 episodes in.
I am so ready for next Saturday to see where this goes. We will be back tomorrow with Monster of the Week, our Christmas special, Season's Beatings, and if not, we have Vampire the Masquerade on Friday nights, or we'll see you next time you come around under this tree. Daddy loves you very much, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And I timed that perfectly.
Yes, you did.
I'll come back now, you hear?
Chuck bricks.
God, it's such a fun game.
Yay.
Go, you want to hear my...
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Alright, hold on. Hello, Raiders! Welcome to Brad at Video Games. I am your host.
Can I get a reminder of what possesses the gift means for me again?
Means you have the ability to use the green.
Well, no, hang on, because I know the functionality of it, but like as a character.
Just means you have an ability with magic. Like you have a
Matt, you didn't hit
connection.
end stream yet.
Hello! Welcome! Thank you for the radiant, Daddy! How was your game?
Well, they weren't kidding. You really do have some nice tits. Let's see.
Oh god.
What just happened?
I forgot all about that.
Okay, well, I need to hurry up.
I wish we had a clip of Shale running down that hospital parking lot, being described as freaking Jack Sparrow as
I
the
think
parking
there
lot
is.